Какво правиш?
Аз правя
Какво е това?
кръст.
Кръстче?
Аз направя замък.
Замък за принцесата ли?
Okay. So, I don't know, I'm nervous, but hopefully it goes well.
Right, let's go for it.
Okay, so we'll start with the basics. So, just your name, your age, and your job, like what you do for a living, just to get some basic information.
My name is Dimitar Belyovski. I'm almost 50, will be 50 in October. And I'm a software developer.
So, where are you from and when did you come to Australia?
From Bulgaria, as you well know.
I know this, but I'm
Yeah.
interviewing you for everybody else as well.
Right, yeah. Well, I'm Bulgarian and came here 19 years ago. You're my living record of my life in Australia.
So, what made you want to leave Bulgaria and why did you pick Australia out of all the countries there are?
It's the same as anyone else. You always look for something better and to get more out of what you don't have. Yeah, just wanted a better life.
I obviously didn't know you before I was born. I'm just curious, like, what you were like when you were my age. Like, what was an 18-year-old you like? Especially just because it's a whole different world. Like, I've grown up how many years after you were a teenager and in a completely different country, completely different rules.
It's a different world we lived in. There were a lot of interesting things during the communism, but we didn't know it was difficult. As I said, it was very simple. You didn't have much in terms of things, but it was the same for everyone. You go to the shops and
There's no comparison.
yeah, there are no like 10 types of socks or 10 colors. You have black and white, or you go and buy milk. There is one brand. There is just milk. There is either milk or there is not milk. There is no 10 brands of milk. And actually, that's one of the good things looking back at it, and because I've experienced it, it's a lot better to not have too much choice. Too much choice, it's actually a lot of stress.
How long did you have everything planned out for, and was everybody on board? Like, were your parents on board with it? Because I know Mum was a little bit reluctant at first. She thought it was just like a dream.
She had no idea really what she was. Given the circumstances, your brother was 2 years old and she was 6 months pregnant with you when we made the move. So it was quite an adventure, and it's understatement to say that people were not happy in the family. But we basically had about, I think, $2,000 in the pocket, and nothing else. But yeah, I was excited, and yeah, it was...
Just packed up everything and went?
Yeah, we had 2 suitcases.
You had 2 suitcases?
Yeah, they're still in the shed somewhere, and we had a big box. Yeah, that was 3 pieces of luggage, and some money in the pocket, and yeah, the adventure begins. And it was, we were pretty exhausted by the time we landed in Melbourne, and it was evening, and I had booked a hotel in the city. So by the time we get to the hotel, it's like midnight. Yeah, we were exhausted, and the hotel was really miserable. It was one of those dingy places with really small room. And I remember that evening, so your mom, she prepared Sammy to go to bed, and we finally managed to put him to bed. We take showers, and then we finally can relax. And at that point, I realized what I had done really, because before that it was all adventure. I was in my head, we were going to Australia. It's exciting. But then that evening was I broke down basically. I was crying like a baby. I just realized what I had done, taken a trip 15,000 kilometers away from everything I knew, every time that could help me with anything, and realized we're pretty much on our own, and and it's not so flashy. It was bloody, yeah. And I cried, and your mom, she got really scared because she never see me break down or anything, and it, yeah. So I got it out of the system. Next morning we woke up, we got on the car, and I was like a bulldozer after that, basically, just monovision, looking ahead, and I have to make this work. For me, home will always be Bulgaria. It's as simple as that. I think the place where you grow up, that's gets engraved in you, and that's what your home is, basically. So, and being a migrant is actually like someone standing with one leg on this side and the other on the other side, and it's always like that. You never 100% here and you never 100% back there. You want to combine both, but that thing does not exist. So it's yeah, you just have to find your peace and try to make the best out of it.
It's interesting how you said the half-half thing. I'm not 100% Australian, but then I'm not Bulgarian enough to call myself Bulgarian either.
Yeah, but man, it's human nature. We're packed animals. We want to blend in and we don't want to stand out. That's the human nature. You want to be the same as everyone else. You want to have the same color, same name, same language. And when you stick out, you feel uneasy. And when I think of it, most of the people who migrate and move countries are either refugees, they have to, it's hardship, or it's economic reasons. Otherwise, no one would want to leave.
We've never been a family that's very like mushy or like emotional or really talk about that kind of stuff. Do you find it difficult to be vulnerable or sincere or to talk about things that are a bit more difficult?
Some people are more like this, others are not. I'm okay to keep things to myself and not to... I don't like talking about myself. If you ask me, I will, but otherwise I will not. Yeah, it is hard to change. It's the way you're brought up, and I'm not really one for expressing emotions, as you know. So it's not that I don't have them. It's just, yeah, it's upbringing.
Yeah. I'm quite an emotional person, and
yeah, you take after your mom. So
and like
we're like sun and day and light and night, completely different.
Growing up, it was difficult for me to like feel emotional about something. It was very easy for me to feel ashamed about it because I've experienced nothing that you've had to experience. How dare I feel this way when you don't?
You shouldn't. Your life is different. You have your own battles. It's not. You shouldn't compare yourself to myself or anyone else. Everyone is different, and a lot of the things I've done or become, it's not because I wanted to or choice. It's just circumstances, and as long as you try to do your best in whatever you do, that's all that matters. And try to be happy. You don't have to become a star or have a ambitious career or get somewhere. It's what you do. That's what defines you. And by doing things, and you do them properly with passion and respect and all those things, everything else happens automatically. So don't be ashamed. Or every child, when they grow up, they have their doubts and they go through things, and it's never... I've had different feelings and stuff with me growing up and my parents, and you never get exactly what you want, but it's just you learn to live with what you have.
I just feel like you expect me to be a different person than I am.
No, that's not true. Not at all. No. All I expect you is to find your own way. And that's what I've been struggling with, to help you do that. And if I ever suggested something or tried to push you, it's always been just to try to give you hints. Or I don't care what you become, as long as you're happy with what you do and you're satisfied and you can take care of yourself. That's all. I don't care what you do. That's why I'm giving you advice when I can, but it's not mandatory you take it, but it's good if you do, because all I'm trying to do is save you some pain. Being a parent, and not even a parent, if you love someone, you try to save them that pain, save them a bit of those trials and take them to the end goal. And that's part of growing up, especially at your age, which is the most difficult. Your head is like a hurricane inside it. But that's normal. That will pass, and all I'm trying is to save you the pain going through that period.
Yeah, and I don't often say thank you enough to you and to Mum. But like,
you don't have to. It's not a man of many words, and to me, actions speak a lot more than even to you, Mom. I don't say I love you every day. To me, if you say this is just words and they become just one thing that you that means nothing at the end. It's something that you say automatically. It's the action that counts. You just find your way and be happy, and that will be thank you enough for me. I don't need any other.
I'm 18, and this is the first time we've ever like sat and talked for a period of longer than 10 minutes and about like how school and.
It's hard, as I said. That's my upbringing. You never speak about these things. You just get along with your life, do what you have to do, and you keep your emotions to yourself. That's how you survive. You develop a very thick skin, and that's very helpful going through life, because there aren't many things that can hurt you. But if something does get through your thick skin, then it hurts really, really bad. But it's I've been through a few things in my life, and I will survive.
I don't think I have anything else. The last thing I have is there anything that you want to say to me or tell me that you might not have told me before?
Not really, apart from I love you. It's, and I want you to be happy, that's all. Remember that. Yeah.
Добре, ама с какво? Как да ти помогна? Какво да направя?
The angel Moroni asleep in the cardboard with a newspaper under his arm. It seems I was late to deliver his car keys, so it looks like we are staying behind. With Lucifer bashful and hiding his face from the Lord. Dear Jesus, forgive me, I am only doing as I was told. And carry me over rainbows and rainy